Înainte de am apucat de trafic, de consum, așa, da, mai mult lucram în construcții, în străinătate, în Spania. Cum m-am apucat? Deci, prima dată am fumat, după aia am zis că s-ar face bani ușor și din asta. Am început să introduc în țară. Cât 50, 100, 200, până s-au ajuns la o cantitate de 1 kilogram. Acolo aveam niște prieteni, cunoștințe, persoane tip spaniol, care ei fumau. Ei își făceau, aveau plante, aveau ceva organizat, un spațiu unde își creșteau. Și cumpăram de la ei de acolo. Cumpăram cât aveam nevoie. Financiar, din punctul ăsta de vedere, că ieșeau banii mai ușor, mai fără prea multă trudă, prea multă muncă, era o distracție. Veneam cu autocarul, de multe ori cu autocarul. Deci, din cele mai multe ori, când făceam o cutie de carton pe pătrată, mai mare așa, înveleam în staniol, în foarte multe straturi de staniol, ca să nu iasă mirosul, bandă, puneam cantitatea de cannabis de care o transportam, acopeream iarăși din nou suprafața cartonului, bandă de scoici multă și iarăși tot așa, încă o folie transparentă care înfășuram acea cutie și bandă.
What is narcotic trafficking? Narcotic trafficking refers to any illegal activities that cultivate, manufacture, distribute, sell or transport of narcotic drugs and chemical listed drugs. As you can see on the map, narcotic trafficking frequently produced in Asia, which is Thailand and Myanmar, Australia, South America, which is Peru, Bolivia and Paraguay, Central of America, which is Mexico, Costa Rica, Cuba and Puerto Rico, Europe and South Africa, which is Cameroon, Congo, Tanzania and others. Therefore, we will focus on narcotic trafficking in Caribbean Sea, consists of Cuba, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Colombia, Haiti, Mexico, Panama, Costa Rica, Jamaica, Nicaragua, Honduras, and Guatemala. Based on World Drugs Report by United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, it shows that 850 tons, which is 77.27% of cocaine, were produced in Caribbean Sea, and 300 tons, which is 27.27%, were produced at the rest of the world.
% of the cocaine imported into the United States came through the Caribbean last year.
Still smelling like cocaine.
Local consumption is low, but this uptick in trafficking means that more established gangs from Italy and Mexico are bribing local gangs and government officials.
How geographic factor exactly affect the narcotic trafficking in Caribbean? This is because the Caribbean island, the Caribbean archipelago, has more than 7,000 individual islands, approximately 1 million square miles region, plus there are 13 sovereign islands and 12 dependent territories. Therefore, drugs smuggling is very hard to track by the authority. Second, most of the time they use overland smuggling, literal maritime trafficking, and short-distance aerial trafficking to transport drugs from South America to Mexico. Also, they frequently change the route each time they are smuggling the drugs. The way they smuggle the drugs, they use a US territory it is from Central America and Mexico corridor. Currently, almost 95% of drugs using territorial water and 60% using transited to Central America by passing through United States eye. Besides United States, They use Europe as a destination for the drug to sell, and increasing drug shipment to Europe now transit on West Africa. According to Europol, the European Police Organization, approximately 250 metric tons of cocaine, which is 25% to 30% of global cocaine production, is from Latin America, enters Europe market annually.
Porque la cocaína es la bomba atómica de Latinoamérica, con el mercado que aparentemente los norteamericanos necesitan para poder funcionar, ¿sí? Se están gestando los movimientos revolucionarios latinoamericanos.
Why US interested to intervene in narcotic trafficking issues? First, the islands of the Eastern Caribbean is the key transit zone for cocaine and heroin. The United States Department's International Narcotics Control Strategy Report (INCRS) has branded the Eastern Caribbean (EC) as a transit point for drug traffickers going to the United States and Europe. Secondly, according to Jonathan Weiner, Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for Law Enforcement and Crime, the Caribbean is a significant drug transit zone because there are lots of harbors, lots of airstrips, and governments without a lot of money. For example, Puerto Rico, into what one drug enforcement agent described as an island under siege. Once drugs enter Puerto Rico, they can be shipped anywhere in the United States without passing through customs. According to the Department of State, early 1980, the Caribbean area had become a major transit route for narcotics smuggled into the United States from South America and was also the largest source of legal and illegal immigrants in the United States. Thirdly, the logistics of drugs in the Caribbean are extremely difficult. This is because United States law enforcement agencies and Caribbean governments, particularly those of the Bahamas and Jamaica, have cooperated actively in combating drug trafficking during the 1980s. All of the United States military aid to Caribbean islands was intended for fighting drug traffickers. October 1986, the Eastern Caribbean states agreed in principle to take joint action against during trafficking by establishing a regional Coast Guard surveillance program.
Okay, I got him. Still going straight. Coming up. Support on the south side. Look for some support. There's 2 units on the south side. Rafts in the water. Rafts in the water. You get it? Got 3 rafts coming your way. Got the other rafts coming, Rudy? Got the other 2 rafts. Three support vehicles on the south side. We got officers at gunpoint and 3 rafts. Vehicles on the south have bells too. Oh yeah, you get one like that. Got a red Ford, red white vehicle. They got bales on the south side too. Rafts in the water. Yeah, one like that. Okay. Look for guns, Rudy.
There are a few advantages that impact the drug trafficking at Caribbean Sea. There are two types of advantages, which is comparative advantages and competitive advantages. Competitive advantage explains why a country might produce and export something its citizens do not seem very skilled at producing when compared to other countries. while competitive advantage exists when a country has a product or service that is perceived by its target market customer. One of the comparative advantage is the limited national security capabilities. The limited source of a number of the Caribbean small islands that often make them dependent on foreign aid, investment and regional cooperation to be able to sufficiently conduct anti-drug efforts through the region. For example, North America Obama administration has had to downsize many regional efforts and assistance programs, including some security-related projects that will impact counter-narcotic efforts in order to focus greater attention in domestic issues due to harsh economic times. Eastern Caribbean suffer from a dramatic increase in crime as more narcotics remain on the street for local consumption, while organized gangs are forming to control distribution routes in the location drug trade. One of the competitive advantages is globalization and its consequences. The process of globalization has been boosted over the last few decades by a shift towards market forces and policies of deregulation and eco-liberalization. International flows of people, data, capital, technology and services are already so extensive that they have already begun to undermine the political sovereignty of many Caribbean states. The aid and investment given by the US and European communities toward the anti-narcotic effort of the Caribbean region sometimes translate into technical support, which is also very important to the small islands, which have limited resources and capacity, given the fact that most of the illicit substances are destined for the industrialized world.
In a conclusion, we already know about geographical factors that influence narcotic trafficking, advantages and disadvantages of countries involved in narcotic trafficking in Caribbean, and the reason why United States interests to intervene in particular issue. Today, the Caribbean is at peace and continues to be strategically important region to the United States and its geopolitical rivals. Currently, the security environment of Caribbean is subject to multiple interacting stresses, influence and potentially transformative events posing significant consequences for the United States and its region.
The president pitched the White House plan to combat the opioid crisis during a speech in New Hampshire today, and he took shots at sanctuary cities, drug companies, and weak punishment for drug dealers. Here he is doubling down on his most controversial proposal. Watch.
We don't get tough on the drug dealers, we're wasting our time. Just remember that. We're wasting our time. And that toughness includes the death penalty.
One of the ways to reduce the movement of drugs is to patrol the sea. All the authorities from every state in Caribbean Sea should patrolling the sea so that the smugglers will start to be afraid to bring drugs to the neighbor country. Other than that, the authorities should give a heavy punishment to the smuggler of drugs. For example, is death penalty. It will give an awareness for smugglers who are still out there. We all hope that Caribbean countries become the best vacation places and not being famous with drug smuggling. But this issue still going on and on. Therefore, who will be stopped the narcotic trafficking and when will be stopped? Hey guys, we hope you guys enjoy our video, especially Madam Ain and fellow friends.
Especially you, Maurice, Azrul. Watch this.
So we hope that you find this video useful and informative for your future.
Thank you for watching this video.
Finally, we're going to end our session in our video with a code, which is don't do
drugs.
Bye. Bye.